Now, Gashagua is rising. I will tell you, you are doing well. Now, you are taking politics away from the bitterness, and now you are focusing on what matters.
Yeah.
And what matters is to recreate himself, is to counter the narratives that were risking his chances of being a president.
My name is Michael Iganjo, and of course, this is the Political Oracle, a segment of the Talkchat podcast. With me is Dr. Michael Ndonye. Karibu sana daktari.
Asante.
Thank you for gracing us today.
Yeah, thank you too for having me.
It's 1 week now after Gashagua's return.
Yeah.
And recently he was in a TV interview. And we know that in many cases or in many occasions, Gashagua has been labeled as a tribal leader. That's a statement he defended himself by saying that that's just a narrative that Ruto uses to frame him that way.
Narratives are created in this country. And my former boss, William Ruto, is a master of narratives. When we fell out, he labeled me as a tribalist. And it's something that he has been preaching in every meeting.
Do you think until today, Gashagua's messaging is still tribal, and do you see him rise above that?
I listened to that interview, and I want to give Gashagua an A in the way he responded. In fact, Gashagua's response to the questions which were asked reminded me of William Ruto in 2021, 2022. I think sometimes we have been underrating Gashagua's communication. Gashagua have realized he's a very good communicator. He has either copied it from Ruto, or he was the one who was training Ruto how to respond to questions when Ruto was vying for presidency. And I have reasons for that. Gashagua is a graduate of, you know what he did at the university? Political science and literature. Yeah. And, he impressed very many people. And I can tell you, to me, I have started now looking at Gashagua from a different perspective. He was very much composed. It is not very easy to answer questions from that particular interviewer. It's called Yvonne.
Yvonne Okwara.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Because Yvonne will never spare you. And she can feign to be your enemy until she cracks you. I'm saying feign. I'm not saying she is.
Yeah.
But I was happy the way he answered the questions. By the end of the interview, I think even the interviewer was like, wow. I think now I can calm down and listen to you. So Gashagua answered the questions very well. And even the questions on the issue of tribal, I still support him when he say that he must come from somewhere. Every Kenyan come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So before we call someone tribal, maybe we have judged Gashagua harshly, but he was able to explain himself. My issue is his response was convincing that every other Kenyan comes from a certain tribe, from a certain place. Does that mean that you should not serve your people? No. They are also Kenyans, they need service. But the problem, remember, that we were raising with the Gashagua is when he was the deputy president and he could raise some issues which were targeting to benefit his community. That is the only problem we had. So he answered the questions well. I think it's a good strategy of trying to counter the crisis that he has had through acceptance, not diverting. Of course, he was sometimes diverting the blame to William Ruto. That is a narrative created by William Ruto. No, it was not a narrative created by William Ruto. And if William Ruto created the narrative, he created it because it was already there. And that is why it was easier to flourish. So Gashagua had created it, but he has a chance to redeem himself. And I like his communication strategy. He communicated it so well that every Kenyan who was listening to him was impressed. myself included. Yeah.
So he will rise above that tribal leadership narrative.
I don't like using the word will. He can rise. Because it depends with his consistency. If he is going to sustain, he has countered a crisis. Remember, that has been his crisis.
Yeah.
In fact, the biggest impediment of Gashagua is that particular label. If he is able to delete that label completely and project himself as a different person, as a nationalist, as he said, then well and good. If he is going to sustain that, that's about life. In life, you are only a fool if you fall and stay down. But if you are able to rise, then it is okay. It can be acceptable.
But as much as he says that this is Ruto's narrative, I remember when he was in the US, a Gen Z accused him of being focused on tribal politics.
Yeah.
Need Mheshimiwa to start positioning yourself as a national leader, not as a tribal leader. And I know many people won't like what I'm saying, but it's the truth.
What do you say about the Gen Z and Gashagua's political alignment?
I think before here, Gashagua has not aligned with Gen Zs. Totally no. He hasn't. And of course, by his way of responding to questions the other day, of course, he must have won hearts of many of them.
Yeah.
Because he was very articulate, he was very strategic, he was very calm. He never reacted to the way the questions were being asked. He was not reactive. He was calm, composed, and confident. That one alone, I know, it won him very many people.
Especially the Gen Z.
Of course, majority of the people who are on social media, especially majority of the people, are Gen Zs and millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old guards are not on social media. So what he needs to do is to continue now finding some ways of engaging them. Yes, and if he is able to engage them, he can win them. Millennials and Gen Zs are up for grabs by the person who will impress them. You saw the other day they were following Ruto.
Yeah.
Yes, because he aligned himself, either the gods, the gods decided to create a situation where Ruto could take an advantage. And Ruto sees that moment, and he won a number of them. Maybe Ruto is back on strategizing. How can I win more Gen Zs to my side now organically? Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that one, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because you have to win them all the way. So if you are waiting for a chance to present yourself so that now you win them, the next chance will come is that they will be on the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gashagua accused President Ruto of capturing Parliament and the Senate through bribery.
Yeah.
And according to you, Daktari, what can you say about the state of independent bodies in Kenya?
We don't have independent bodies.
Independent institutions.
Independent institutions are in the Constitution only. The Constitution is a book, is a paper somewhere. Yeah. There is no independence in our institutions as we speak. The issue is this, Michael. The reason why I'm saying that we have no independent institutions, it goes back to the weakness of our Constitution. Yes. And I will give you an example. The committee of experts who crafted the current Constitution decided, for example, IEBC is an independent body. The judiciary is an independent body. The parliament or the legislature, the two houses, we used to call it bicameral. Hey, those terms disappeared. They are no longer there. When they were created, they said these are going to be independent bodies. But let me ask you, after the Judicial Service Commission has interviewed the CJ, they still forwarded the names to the president to approve. Where is independence in that?
There's no independence.
Okay. When the IEBC have interviewed the chair, they still send the name to the president to approve. So who is boss here?
Ruto.
Where is independence? There is no independence. And we should not even think about it. It does not exist. It exists in our minds. In reality, it's not there. By constitution, no. Unless we revise the constitution and say the IBC chair, the chief justice, will be appointed by this person, and it will not go through the executive, and through the legislature. But we find most of the leaders in those offices being subjected to legislature and to the executive for approval.
Yeah.
So if they don't want you, including the judges, you remember by the time William Ruto was coming to be sworn as president, at State House, Uhuru Kenyatta's illetray had a list of judges whom he had refused to approve.
Yeah.
You remember the first task of William Ruto, he promised to approve those judges. So the president can refuse, can hold a list and say, I'm not going to approve this list. Where is the independence of judiciary?
There's no independence.
Yeah.
If the Supreme Court rules Gashagua's impeachment in his favor, he will be in the ballot come 2027. Actually, he said he will.
Gashagua will be, is most likely, high chances are Gashagua will be in the ballot.
He said he already has support and he is the only person who can challenge President Ruto. Does he stand a realistic chance?
To be president is not easy. Yes. Gashagua should know that to be president is not easy. He can be president, but he needs to work extra hard. He has worked with William Ruto.
Yeah.
He knows the weaknesses of William Ruto. He must as well know the strengths of William Ruto. I usually repeat this: politics is war. If you know yourself, that is what Sun Tzu said in Art of War. If you know yourself and you know your enemy, you can win every battle. But if you know yourself and you don't know your enemy, for every battle you win, you will lose the war. Because you can win the battle
and lose the war.
So Gashagua knows the weaknesses of William Ruto. Does he know the strengths of William Ruto? Because only through that, he will be able to undertake him.
I know many people, including you, Daktari, you have always said that Gashagua's war is about revenge.
Yeah.
But he opposed to that notion.
Yeah, he opposed to that. And that is why I'm not mentioning it, because I have hope now on him, depending on the way he answered the questions.
And he said it's about necessity, standing for Kenyans, because the opposition, for example, that of Raila Odinga, was compromised. And do you believe in him?
Why is he saying the opposition was compromised? He is trying to say opposition belongs to ODM. Of course, I have also said here that ODM was the official opposition.
Yeah.
They have even asked ourselves many times, should we be the ones opposing? Can't we have other people opposing? Does it mean there are no women who bear children who can oppose the government? Does it mean opposition has to come from Luo Nyanza? So the issue is this: you should remove focus from ODM and focus on creating a strong opposition. And a strong opposition means not opposing for the sake of opposing. It is giving Kenyans reasons as to why they can be an alternative government. Full stop. Yeah.
So you don't see Gashagua's war as revenge once again?
It mutates because we will keep changing. And that is why I usually say in my political analysis, I will tell someone you are down. And when you start rising, I will tell you. I will not hide. Because I don't have a permanent enemy in analyzing. I don't have a permanent candidate whom I am analyzing positively. I will tell them when they start rising, I will tell them. When you fall, I will tell you.
Yeah.
So now Gashagua is rising. I will tell you, you are doing well. Now you are taking politics away from the bitterness, and now you are focusing on what matters.
Yeah.
And what matters is to recreate himself, is to counter the narratives that were risking his chances of being a president. If he is able to counter that, I will be very unfair to continue saying he is doing badly. He is doing well.
Okay.
And when he will be going down, I will tell him, you are going down.
Yeah.
It's just like Matiang'i. You know, I told someone who said I'm criticizing Matiang'i, and I told him, yes, Matiang'i is your boss. I am saying he is falling. When you will be rising, I will tell you. So just wait and keep working on yourself. It is automatic. When you start rising, we'll tell you. When you fall, we'll tell you. Either way, we are not biased.
Yeah.
We treat all Kenyans equally. When they are doing badly, we tell them. When they are doing good, we tell them. And that is the aim of objective political analysis. It is analysis, it's commentary. Just to tell them, you are doing well, you are doing badly. Full stop. And that is our work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DCP is presenting candidates for the upcoming by-elections.
Yeah.
What should Kenyans expect, and how will this shape the 2027 general election?
Now, Gashagua has a chance to showcase the power of DCP. Yeah. He has a chance. Remember, UNDA used by-elections as part of their measure of their power. So Gashagua has a chance, and he should pray that there are more by-elections. If Gashagua's candidates are beaten in those by-elections, then it will be an indication of what will happen in 2027. We call it KPI, Key Performance Indicator in business, of how they will perform. And I think that is one reason that they gave, that he came back from the US and he recalled the 3 or 2 months plan that he had to stay in the United States. He came back so that he ensures that the candidates, the DCP candidates in the places where they are contesting, they win. If he is going to win Ruto in those by-elections, then it has a lot of meaning.
But is it guaranteed that if he wins the by-election, is a higher chance that he will win in the 2027 election?
No, it's not a good indicator. It will only, if he wins Ruto in the by-elections, he will be encouraged. He will be refreshed. The people who follow him will brag. He will have the brag power. He will have a different mindset. It will be a one step towards a big journey. But we should see him winning. Even the small wins, they are called atomic habits. There is a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Yeah. Atomic habit means the small wins, they matter in the bigger picture.
They accumulate.
Yeah.
In most cases, Gashagua has been talking of shareholding in government. And
you talked about shareholding.
Not talking about shareholding in terms of being discriminatory. We are saying when we form a government, people must sit down and agree that if we are successful, we are willing to bring this number of votes here. This is our expectation. Coalitions are formed by regional blocks. Okay? And William Ruto sought me out and my people.
And he says that alliances are created by regional blocks. I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
But in this era, how will this affect the formation of alliances as we head to 2027?
It will still be like that. Because Kenya is not a nation. No, Kenya is made up of many nations. You remember when we had a conversation with the former Moise pressman, Linjiro, and he said Kenya is not a nation. He was right. There is a reason why in politics, when we are analyzing politics, we talk about Luya nation. Luo nation, Kamba nation, Kikuyu nation. Why? Because by definition, a nation is that group of people that shares language, culture, and of course, culture is a way of life. We are coming from a history in pre-independence of this country where these nations, some of them are the kings, some of them are the constituted rulers. So you would hear even the kingdoms, the Wanga kingdom. If there were no kingdoms, there were also some chiefdoms. You understand? So when we talk about nations, even after independence, we continued with that. Every nation needs a ruler, and those are the people we call kingpins. If it is Ukambani, they have their top leader. And that top leader is Kalonzo Musyoka. When Kalonzo Musyoka speaks, Kambas listen. Where Kalonzo is, they say, we are in. In Luo Nyanza, we have Raila Odinga. When Raila Odinga speaks, the Luo have spoken. When he is in government, the Luo are in government, even when they are not eating. Politics is perception. When you go to Central, you will be told Central is a polypolitical. It can have many kingpins. Of course, we know now Gashagua is planning to take over from Uhuru Kenyatta as the kingpin. If you go to Luhya land, you realize Luhya is another place where they don't have one kingpin, but they keep fighting. There is Mundavandi, Wetangula, you know, that kind of a thing. But there is no way you can separate regions, because even our regions were divided after independence according to the people. That is why most of our regions are named, given the names of the people. Kisii, Embu, Bere, okay, Turkana. What do those names mean? The people. Yeah.
But I think he meant that by shareholding, division of power based on the votes you bring to the table.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That. Yeah. It is done in the boardroom. Power is divided in the boardroom. But power and positions are divided in the boardroom.
So, and where does competency come in? Give someone a position because he is competent.
Competency is subjective. There is nothing like competence.
And
okay, regional balance is inclusivity. What we call inclusivity does not consider qualifications. Sometimes we lie to ourselves that these things can happen. Regional balance will inclusivity is more powerful than qualification. That is why we have women in government. When we say 1/3 gender rule, it doesn't matter who is in whether they are qualified, whether you are living a man who is more qualified out there. It's our law. Inclusivity means someone from that particular region must be in government. And now it is not by de facto, it is actually by law that there should be regional balance in whatever you are doing for the sake of representation. Because there is no way you will have all MPs from one area because that area is advantaged in terms of maybe resources. They have an advantage. So inclusivity will always be more powerful than the issue of qualification. Now the problem is that when we talk about inclusivity, we now go for a certain category of elites, politicians. That is what the committee of experts were trying to remedy in 2010. When they put it, like, for example, the CSEs are supposed to come from technocrats, not politicians. Because there is also a category class, because apart from the ethnic classification, we also have other organic classifications which are created now through economic structures, the upper class, the middle class. And that is why William Ruto is more related to Gashagua, not by ethnicity, but by them living in Karen. All of them living
In Karen.
or wherever. I don't mean all of them live in Karen, but they are in a class that eats in a certain hotel, that drive a certain class of cars. Okay? Gashagua can call William Ruto and William Ruto will pick phone now. Do you think you can call William Ruto, even if you support him? You try to call William Ruto. Gashagua can even walk William Ruto's compound. You try. Even now, even as we speak, he can walk. They are the same. They are the same people. By the fact that they do business together. Yeah, so they know one another and they protect one another. So that is another category of people. So that's a different nation. It's called the bourgeoisie nation. And they know one another. They protect one another. They fight one another. They forgive one another and handshake.
You will say shareholding is about inclusivity. I thought it's about saying thank you to those who supported you.
So who supports you?
For example, in the current regime.
You go and support Ruto and be given that position. And then you tell me, see, those people, they never even voted. We supported Ruto. Are we in those positions?
No.
Do you know there are people who never voted for Ruto, they never supported him, but they are in government and enjoying. You supported him, you defended him, others died, but you are not in government. That means this issue has nothing to do with the support. There is another thing which is stronger than blood. The blood of politics is thicker than the blood of support. The blood of class. You understand what I mean? The upper class, the top 1%, that classification is stronger than the blood you shed here trying to defend a politician. Yeah.
But, for example, the Speaker of the National Assembly, that is Wetangula.
Yeah.
He was given that position because he had consolidated people from his region to cast their votes for the favor of William Ruto.
Yeah.
So that's what Gashagua meant by shareholding.
Yes, which is okay. But who is Wetangula?
So is that inclusivity?
Wetangula is still at the upper class.
Is that inclusivity?
No. Yeah, it is inclusivity because they already place themselves in such a way that he can be appointed and still we say Western is represented. But for you to be a representative in that Western, you got to have money. Yeah, you got to have money, my friend.
Yeah.
That is what the class. You better first of all go and belong to a class. There are many people who supported Ruto and they could have brought more votes than Wetangula to Ruto.
Yeah.
That is why we say the poverty is the enemy. Poverty has no honor. Poverty has no respect. Poverty has no dignity. If you are poor, if you don't belong to that upper class, you cannot negotiate with them. You cannot call President Ruto for tea. But do you know there is a business person who can call William Ruto for breakfast? They host him. Ruto can spend all the days playing golf outside. First of all, what is golf? Do you know what is golf? You see that kind of thing? Those people they dine together. They are in a certain other nation. So the people we call representatives, sometimes they must be in that class.
Before we conclude, Dr. What do you have to say about Gashagua's recent trip from the US?
I don't think Gashagua was going to the US to look for any support. He was running away from pressure. And he better grow a thick skin because it is too early. He was going to hide, to do something here and there, to just like Nganga. Nganga goes to Seattle. I think Gashagua also went to Seattle. Of course, we saw his itinerary in different states, but he was breathing. That is why he healed quickly and he needed to come back. Initially he had planned to go for a longer time. But when you heal quickly and nyumbani kunawaka moto, so you come quickly. Gashagua is not also a weak person. He can heal quickly and come back.
But he also launched a party there. Don't you think that also strengthens his political game?
By the way, let me tell you, if he was looking for votes, he would not have gone to United States. Majority of voters, what we call diaspora voters, they don't come from US. Kenyan, they are in Qatar. He should have gone to Qatar. So there is nothing, whatever. He was just going to rest. What are you calling him?
Truthful man.
the truthful man was going to rest, and he rested, and he is back, and he came back strongly and wiser, which is good. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Daktari, for your time. Thank you for staying tuned. If you have not subscribed to this channel, this here is another reason to subscribe. Until we meet again, bye-bye.